My beloved ones, in Odinala, we say that human being is not just flesh and blood. Okay? You are a house that carries many powers. Powers such as your chi, you are Ikenga, you are Agwu, you are Allah, the Mother Earth, you are Ndimiri, the water bodies, entities of powers. You are Madioha, you are Nyawuna Abada, okay? And your ancestral path or ancestral roads that you walk upon. When these powers are scattered, life becomes confusing and heavy. Today, I will show you how to harmonize these entities or powers, okay? So that you may become complete, whole, sovereign, all right? That we call in Odinala language, we call it Onye Zuroke, Ezmeis. All right, so stay with me to the end of this video. Let us walk this path of remembrance together. Very, very important. All right, because when you come into Odinala, there are so many deities, so many entities or powers. All right, by the time you reconnect with them differently, you reconnect with them one after the other. All right, after the reconnection, after the healing, after the rituals and ceremonies for each of them to recognize them and to become one with them once again, then after all of that, the next thing to do is to bring all of these spirits, these forces, these energies, okay, into one body, that they become one, working together, because there is power in synergy, okay? In synergy, there is power. When they are one body, one force, one spirit, they strengthen one another's power. They strengthen one another, and they will amplify their power as a whole. And whenever you want to, appreciate them, you want to, show your gratitude, your thanksgiving to them, you will not be doing it differently, because it will be so burdensome for you to be, offering to them separately, individually. Okay? It's not always the best, because it will be full of, you feel so burdened when Ogugu is demanding or asking for sacrifice or asking for offerings. Okay? When your Agwu is asking for offerings or sacrifice, you Ikenga, you are Madioha, you are Allah, okay, the Mother Earth, you are Ndimiri. You are doing all of this differently, separately, one after the other. My dear, it will be so, exhausting. And it is even money consuming. But by the time you harmonize them once and for all, this is something you do once and for all. And by the time you do that once and for all, your life becomes so easy, peaceful, and, clear, and so on. So we want to look deeply into this today. So if you're just joining us for the first time on this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Give us your subscription, because, it will encourage us to continue to bring in deeper mystical informations that will help your life to enjoy the easy access of, the flow of the current of the universe, both within you and outside of you. So, and also like this video, because the YouTube algorithm likes it when you like a video. It will be able to recommend the video to other platforms and other groups and other people. All right? In so doing, you'll be helping to propagate such, an amazing messages like this. Because a whole lot of people after doing so many spiritual works, they remain stuck. Because by the time they say, okay, your Odinala is asking for this, your Agwu is asking for this, you are this, and all of these things will be coming up in your Afa. You'll be feeling so burdened, as if Odinala is something of pain, when it is actually something of ease. All right, so be that as it may, in Odinala spirituality, whenever we are talking about or speaking of harmonizing, one's entities or powers, we are simply referring to, to the mystical alignment and integration of the many dimensions of human existence into one, unified force, bringing all into one unified force. And there will be synergy, there will be agreement, they will be working together as one force, and you will be eased, in handling issues of them. So as a human being, you are not just flesh and blood. In Odinala, we recognize the fact that humans are not just flesh and blood. Humans are, an embodiment of, several forces and powers, several entities. Okay? You are a house carrying many powers. You are not just ordinary. You are not just whatever anyone sees. In you, in this body, there is the chi, there is the Ikenga. You are carrying the chi, you are carrying the Ikenga, you are carrying the Agwu, you are carrying Mmụọ, different spirits. The spirit consciousness, the life forces, okay, that has to do with the Allah, the cosmic forces, and so on. You're also in you, you are carrying the Eke, the universal pattern, the time-space essence. Okay? And then you're carrying also within you the ancestral, the ancestral part, the life part. Talking about Ụzọ Ndụ in Odinala terminology. Because you are a continuation of your ancestral lineage. You are continuing the road that your ancestors have treaded. So, and the same road is what you are here walking upon. In order to, to heal the areas that they were not able to handle it well. And also in order to amplify what they couldn't do better. That is amplifying the energy to heal, to restore, and so on. So to harmonize these entities means that none is in conflict or scattered, but that they all operate in agreement within the human vessel. They are working together within the human vessel. And this is the gathering of fragmented powers into a single sovereign essence, sovereign center, sovereign entity. So to gather all these entities into one body, one voice, one direction, so that they no longer, fight each other, but they work together. Just as you have it in the human field, because the law of correspondence plays a whole lot in this. As above, so below. As within, so without. They work as a team. In Odinala, we call it Eba Ezumezu Mmụọ Nriko. That they become one. And one force and one spirit. So somebody might be asking, why is it important to do that? Listen, when your entities or powers are scattered, you feel confused, restless, easily broken, illnesses and sicknesses, that you will be, you keep on into medications, but at the end of the day, you're not feeling better. You'll be full of fears of the unknown. You will lack the clarity of direction, the clarity of your path. And you will see that your chi will be pulling you, in one way, and your Ikenga is pulling you in another way. When they are scattered, your Ndimiri will be pulling you in one direction, and your Agwu is pulling you in another direction. Instead of helping you, okay, your Agwu helping you, your Agwu will be troubling you. So, but when they are harmonized, you stand strong. You stand whole. You stand clear of your power and the path to follow. When they are harmonized, you walk, your true path with peace, with joy. To not be like it's a burden. To not be like it is, it is heavy. Your life flows like a river that knows its course. It's a great deal to harmonize the entities or powers into one body. Because you're one being. You are one human being. You are not to be dragged this direction, that direction, this direction, that direction. You wouldn't even know which one to be focused. You see, there are a whole lot of purpose of doing this. The purpose is enormous, but we will touch one or two here and the benefits therein. For example, the purpose of harmonizing your entities or powers is to become complete, to become sovereign, to become whole. A lot of people are in Odinala today, and they are doing the Odinala process, and they are into their spiritual journey, but it is like burdensome. It is like weighing them down because their spirits are dragging them in different directions. And confusion is always the order of the day. Clarity will not be the order of the day until they are harmonized. Because in this harmonization, you become a true sovereign soul. Who knows, who knows his destiny, or who knows our destiny. You become a sovereign soul that knows their destiny, that commands their will, that uses their gift wisely. Okay? And you walk in peace with your ancestors and creation. Because when you become whole, when you become complete, in the purpose of harmonizing your entities or powers, the next thing that happens in your life is this. You will become a whole being. thereby preventing inner divisions between your destiny, your spirits, and your willpower. And not only that, another purpose of this is, sovereign expression. When your entities or powers are harmonized into one body, you ensure your chi. This particular purpose will ensure your chi, directing all other powers, all other forces. Instead of these forces, pulling your chi in contrary or contradictory influences. Your chi becomes the one who directs all other forces that are working with your chi. Instead of those forces pulling your chi in contradictory directions. So this is very, very important. And that is one of the things that so many people don't really understand. That in this life, there are so many forces that can drag you in different directions. But when you bring them all into one, to live as one, work as one, strengthen each other, just like different kind of people working in the same company for the same purpose. For that company to be able to survive, they must work as a team. And what will make them work as a team? The management of that company, from the CEO, from the chairman, they will all be holding meetings together, sharing the same ideology, sharing the same purpose, in order to achieve the same aim. And at the end of the day, they will all share the profits through the salaries and wages and or what have you. But the owner of the company must bring all the personnel into one direction in order for the company to actually survive. So you as the owner of these entities or powers, this destiny, this purpose, you must bring all these personnel, because they are like personnel. The spirits are like personnel. These forces, these entities are like personnel, working for the same destiny, the same purpose. And harmonizing them will bring everyone into the same direction. Another purpose of this, harmonization is through this harmonization of these entities into one body. It will bring about alignment with Allah, the Mother Earth, and the cosmic forces, the cosmos. And what does that entail? That entails that, this will result into to flow in harmony with the divine order of creation and the earth laws. When you are in alignment with Allah and you are in alignment with, the cosmos, you are to flow in that order, the order of creation, the natural laws, and the earth laws. It will be easy for you to flow in these dimensions, to flow with this, to flow with the cosmos, and to flow with the laws of nature. Another purpose you will achieve through this harmonization is the activation of your true akaraka. Your sacred destiny will be activated, will be unfolded. Because it's only when the powers are, harmonized that you as a being can fully, walk in your choosing path before incarnation. Without this harmonization, it will be difficult for you to be able to assess that particular choosing path or your path of choosing before incarnation. And you will find yourself into confusion because so many of the consultations or readings you might be doing from different kind of people will be confusing you. And at the end of the day, you will not be enjoying the full, the joy that comes with your spiritual journey and the growth, you will not be enjoying that. So, to a very large extent, the harmonization of your entities or powers into one body cannot be overemphasized. When I started my spiritual journey newly in Odinala, I was going through a whole lot of dragging with the forces. And so many people who are really in this part will testify about this. Except you're using any fetish process or you're using any fetish means, to be doing whatever you call Odinala. But if you are truly in the natural process of Odinala and you have awakened to this path and you begin to align with your forces and you begin to reconnect with your powers, the truth of the matter is that the more you awaken one spirit, you awaken to one spirit, another spirit will be calling on you. Another spirit will want you to identify with it. Another deity will want you to identify with it. Another forces will want you to identify with it. But by the time you harmonize them, you bring them into one body and you install the fact that, come, I am one spirit and I want to walk with you as one being, one entity, one, unified force. They will operate in that way and you will be free. You will be easy. Your journey will be smooth. Your journey will be easy. Your journey you will be joyful doing what you're doing in your path. Now what are the benefits that you will, experience after these harmonizations? Because there are things you will experience. There are things you will benefit doing this. Now, there are enormous benefits, but we will touch one or two or three or four as the case may be in this video. Because this particular process, this spiritual work we are talking about here, or this spiritual process we are talking about here, is deep. Very, very deep. So, number one benefit that you will get when you harmonize your entities or powers into one body, number one thing that will stand out for you is clarity and inner peace. You see, there are so many people in the spiritual journey, but there is no clarity. There is no inner peace. They are not at peace with this path. They are not at peace with their spiritual growth, their spiritual journey. They are not at peace with their ordinary process or practice. Okay? So be that as it may, when you achieve this harmonization of your entities or powers into one body, there will be something that you must understand. There will be no more inner quarrels or confusion. There will be no more inner quarrels as if you're fighting with yourself. Such will no longer be the case. You will no longer be pulled in different, directions by conflicting energies. You will not see yourself in that dimension anymore. Confusion will become a thing of the past. Okay? Confusion will become a thing of the past. Clarity, because you see, life is about clarity. If you're not clear with whatever you're doing in life, it will be confusing, it will be troublesome, it will be bothersome. So clarity and inner peace is the number one benefit you get when you harmonize with your entities of powers into one body. Another benefit is, power amplification. Do you know that there is synergy? There is power in synergy. When different forces join together as one, they strengthen one another. And, the delivery will be higher. So, for example, when you're Chi, you're Agwu, you're Ndimini, you're Allah, your, air forces, your water forces, your spiritual intelligence back, and your willpower. That is all these forces, and even your ancestral, part. This connects together as one force and one body. Let me tell you, what happens to you is that the person's spiritual vibration multiplies, and the spirits will strengthen each other, and there will be, multiplied effort, multiplied power, multiplied strength, and the result in one's life will be higher and greater. Now, another benefit is that, when you harmonize your entities or powers into one body, it results into resilience and protection. You see, a harmonized soul is not easily scattered by, forces like envy. Do you know that envy is a kind of a force from external bodies that can pull your energy down and that can even drain you when you are making progress, when you are moving higher? There are forces of envy that can drag you and scatter your energy because they will be attacking you. That is external attacks. There will be, when you are a harmonized soul, you will not be easily scattered by witchcraft. Do you know that the forces of witchcraft is such a power that drains people, that pulls people down, that attacks people's success? Okay? And you will not be experiencing spiritual blockages and unnecessary fears, fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of this, fear of what people will say, fear of how people will look at you, fear of even fear of success. When you are harmonized, so you will not be scattered by fear of any kind. So this is another benefit you get when you harmonize your entities or powers into one body. Now, another benefit, there are so much benefits. Now, another benefit is sovereignty. Do you know there are a lot of people who are living today, but they have sold their power, they have given away their power to other people, to other forces, to other energies. They are now slaves to spirits, slaves to deities, slaves to abaras, slaves to forces of their life. The forces will be dragging them here and there, telling them go and do this, telling them go and do that. And before you know it, they will be slaves to those forces. And the force will be demanding things that they may not even be able they will not even be able to They don't even have to give. Because you from the beginning did not start your journey the proper way. When you harmonize them, the individual lives as a sovereign soul, owning their chi, not being, enslaved by fear or by ancestral distortions or societal chains. Another benefit is mystical access. Do you know that when you harmonize your entities or powers, you will now be empowered, invigorated, in fact, harmonization opens gates of communion with deities. Harmonization opens gates to. Harmonization opens doors to, ancestors and a higher cosmic, intelligence. When you harmonize your entities or powers, in fact, your spiritual portal opens. You become your own alchemist. You can decide, you can determine, you can handle issues. You can connect to realms. You can connect to realms, cosmic intelligence, connect to cosmic powers beyond ordinary. And the last benefit we want to talk about here is effortless manifestation. Listen, when you harmonize your entities or powers, your manifestation becomes effortless. The things you desire, the things you look for, your abundance, your health, your relationship, your peace, everything you want to manifest becomes effortless. And your vision aligns naturally. You will live effortless. In fact, you live effortless life. That is, what we mean is that there will be effortless flow without obstructions. Abundance, success, health. In fact, to a very large extent, you will know what is called divine healing and enjoy that healing. You will not be at the mercy of doctors, hospitals. You will not be at the mercy of drugs. You will not be at the mercy of chemicals and chemotherapies and all what have you, pressures and all whatnot. Neither can you be at the mercy of, those who call themselves spiritual masters and all whatnot. So in Odinala, this is sometimes called or described as becoming whole, becoming, sovereign, becoming onyezuroke. A being who have reconciled all fragmented of power. You have reconciled all the fragments of your power, all the fragments of your forces. You have reconciled them, and now they stand as a true vessel, as a true agent for you as a vessel of sovereignty. So this is a part of, sovereign integration. It's a part of sovereign integration. Yes, you are becoming whole. You are in charge. You are in power. You decide your life. You become, co-creator with the creator of the whole universe. You become your own creator. You determine things. As you speak, they come through. As you envision, it happens. As you image create, it takes form. As you think, feel, you act in the same direction. So, this is so powerful. So when you harmonize your powers into one body, you rise as a complete being. You rise as one ready to awaken, heal, and shine. So to a very large extent, it is very, very important that you, put yourself into this dimension, because, the things we are even explaining in this video is limited to what you get at the end of the day. Because we cannot be able to, state everything here in this video. So my beloved ones, when you gather your chi, your Agwu, your Ikenga, your Ndimini, your Allah, your Ogugu, your Madioha, your Ikuku, your air forces, your water forces, your earth forces, your sun, your light forces, the fire elements, that is the sun, the moon, the stars, and other entities that works with them. With your chi, your Agwu, your Ikenga, and your ancestral road or path that you're walking upon. The truth of the matter is that, you come into that place of a sovereign being. You become whole, you become unshaken by circumstances, situations, and what have you. And you were a complete soul. So if this teaching in any way spoke to your chi and touched you within, type in the comment below, I am one, I am whole. Type in the comment, I am one, I am whole. Very, very important. Because when you do that, that becomes your seal of alignment today. As you type, I am one, I am whole, that becomes your seal of alignment today. And remember to subscribe, like the video, share the video, okay? And also send us a message on this WhatsApp handle 0901781874. We will help you in any mystical dimension that you find yourself. We will help you in any spiritual process that you are walking. Don't walk in confusion. Don't walk in fear. Don't walk in burden. Don't walk without understanding what you're doing. And I want to give a shout out to one of my elite subscriber in this channel, who also, recommended this video. I want to give a shout out to him. Okay? So, be that as it may, I want you to really understand that if you can be able to follow this path, I want you to join us as we move on this crusade of, Chimba Sacred Circle, where we continue to awaken, heal, and rise together. Udo Drege, peace be unto you, blessings from the Almighty. It is all well with you as you harmonize your entities of powers and be in charge of your own destiny. He said,